Okay, so today we're up country in Kampang Pet and we're looking at sugarcane and Mad Max monster machines, marigolds, ice latte, wooden tie houses, cutting sugarcane by hand, and followed by a pad krapao at a local cafe. What more could you want? This is going to be an epic 17 minutes to get you to sleep. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it occasionally, because it makes my numbers look good for Mr. YouTube. Okay, thanks. So we'll settle down and see what happens. Okay, so this field has been cut, ploughed, and it's empty. And they're going to plant some sugarcane. Now, this machine, they're loading up at the moment. They're not seeds, but what they do is they plant bits of sugarcane, and then the sugarcane grows. They don't use seeds, they actually use the actual sugarcane. So some of the stuff that they've cut, they've kept it behind. This machine now will cut off the right amount, plant it in the ground as they go. So as they go along, it's planted and rolled behind them. Automation at its best. So all they're doing is hand feeding it into the machine. The machine then is shoving it in the ground and then rolling it afterwards so it's underneath. All good stuff. They've just come back from filling it up and they're parking up now. I think, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think they're going to reverse up now. And then it's not actually tea break, it's probably somtam time. Who knows? But yeah, they're just going to stop for a break now. So they've been up, they've used it all up, and they're going up to refill the hoppers so they can do another run up the field. Well, I'm walking down here and then I'm having to miss the lorry that's driving up and down. The lorry's reversing up and down. It's only a narrow way here. It's sort of widening it a bit. It's only quite narrow. It's just between the machine and the lorry. So we're all walking up and down here. The guys here are working, but I'm just sort of looking. I'm having to keep out of the way because this massive lorry here keeps going across from one side to the other. So you have to be a bit careful and watch what you're doing. It's also very noisy and very dusty. And as you can see, it's very dusty. So they're cutting some stuff and then they're moving the lorry down to where the machine is. The machine is then filling up the lorry and then it's trundling off to go and cut some more. And then the lorry moves one way then the other. The machine moves one way then the other. Yeah, it's a bit scary at times because the guy in the lorry can't really see me and you're having to move out of the way and dodge it and it moves up and down. And it's not just moving constantly, it's like wait a few minutes and then move, wait a few minutes, move back. So yeah, it's a bit, you have to be careful where you put your feet. So what you can see now is they're actually cutting the sugarcane as it goes forwards. And then of course it's cut into bits and it's threshed to get rid of the chaff, which is then blown out with the fan. Comes out the top, just goes on the floor out of the way. Bit of compost for next time. And then when they're finished cutting it and the hopper is full, they reverse back up and the conveyor belt comes over and it puts it into the lorry. Simple. This is one massive Tonka toy. It's sort of driving up and down. The lorry, actually that was just a lorry, but they have a trailer on them too. And they're big lorries. They have a 6-foot overhang at the back, which seems to be an addition to the original truck. This is a monster machine. It's a John Deere 3520, and it's not quite the same as the combines we have at home. And then having a look underneath here, they've got some, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. They've got some rotating blades here, and the guy was trying to change them, I think. Somebody brought a new set of blades, or maybe a repaired set of blades, but I'm not sure if they just replaced one or they didn't fit. But they didn't do much. I'm not sure really. Too difficult to see. But they got that one there that rotates and cuts. There's a big one at the front on top, and then there's a fan and a conveyor belt, and a lot of stuff that you can't see. And here we are, Mad Max is on the go. Look at that for a monster. Rotating blades at the front. You can drop those down and take out the baddies. And once you take them out, the rollers roll them in and they're shoved into the conveyor and shredded. Scary stuff. Yeah, it's just an amazing bit of kit really. It does make you wonder. Somebody sat down one day and thought, oh, I'm going to make a machine that's going to cut down sugarcane. I know what I'll do. I'll put these things on the front, I'll do this, I'll do that. It's amazing stuff. And then we got this fan. And then it goes onto a conveyor belt. And this is the lorry overhang. It's actually about 6 foot, and it just hangs off the back of the lorry, and they have them hanging off the back of the trailer too. If you're trundling down the road and hit one of those because they've stopped, broken down, or had an accident, you're going to end up with your head chopped off, because your car is going to go 6 foot into that, take out the window and your head. Scary stuff. Okay, and now I'm going to walk back up to the top. And now I've walked back up to the top, and there you can see where I've just come from. It's in the distance there. That's that massive monster and the lorry hiding in the distance. There we go. And there's another one waiting. And just on the left here, turn left. And then here are the flowers. And I've just been given this coffee. It's a latte, apparently. A latte, delicious, except for the fact that I can't actually stomach cold coffee and cold tea, but I'm going to have a go. Well, actually, it tastes like cold coffee. In fact, it tastes like very cold coffee. Here it is, and it's actually, I think I get used to that. I can't do tea, but the coffee's pretty good actually. Okay, good stuff. And then yeah, and after 3 or 4 glugs on it, I thought actually it's very nice. Cold latte, yeah, it was good. This one then is a little tractor, a Kubota, and this is what they use for picking up the marigolds from the marigold farm, and then they bring it here in the baskets, and here it's all their flowers are sorted and sized. They actually sort them out into sizes, and they have different ones of different sizes. So this is your typical house here. There's a little thing at the front, probably for having just a chat and a cup of tea with your mates. But the first house is made of wood with a veranda where the flowers were. This one's got a raised veranda on the side. All made in wood, it's really nice. Open underneath for ventilation and cooling it down. And of course next door there is a new house in real terms, made of blocks. They use concrete pillars. Okay, here we got some marigolds. And there's lots of marigolds for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, they have a fan here to keep them cool. Oh, okay, and then they're packing them in bags at the back there. Okay, they're being packed in bags at the back. And here's one I prepared earlier. How about that? Yeah. Very nice. Put them in bags. So they're being sorted out into different sizes and then packed in bags depending on the size. And here we are. Here's a big one and here's a small one. I guess they have different values or different uses, but they're packed as per size. Here they are, bagged up, ready to go. Okay, so I'm a bit further up the road now, and there's another field here, and they're cutting this one by hand. And they have ladies here cutting down the sugarcane by hand. All done by hand, because it's to do with it growing again. Once they've cut it down, it will grow again. If they do it with the machine, they can't do that. Not that I understand that particularly, but somebody might. It's like hard work. Okay, so they're still cutting it down by hand. It's looking like hard work. Okay, so after all my hard work for the day's graft, well, there wasn't any really, it was just good fun. I had a pad kapow in a local cafe. It was really nice. It wasn't hot, it was tasty, came with a little bit of soup. It was really good. And then, of course, they've got a shop. Not quite a 7-Eleven, but there you go. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys. I'd like to see you again. Glad you, well, I hope you enjoyed it.